are the different loads which we can see coming on our structures. The design, when we are doing the design, the structural design of a structure, we have to design it to make the structure with sufficient structural capacity and integrated. We have to design it so that it is totally capable of resisting all the loads and the effects of these loads which can come up on the structure. Now, the loads which are coming on the structure could be the forces, they could be the pressure, the imposed deformations, whatever, all these things which could be applied to the structure at that point of time or maybe in the future. The structural engineer, the designer, is expected to learn all the drawings, try to understand the circumstances in which the structure is going to come, try to comprehend which type of loads would be acting on the structure. He has to also understand what would be the effect of these loads, and then considering all these things, he has to then design the structure. The various types of loads which can act on a structure are classified into three types: the loads due to gravity, the loads due to acceleration, and the loads due to environment. The loads due to gravity, that is the vertically downward acting forces; loads due to acceleration, that is whenever there is any movement, there is velocity, those would be the loads acting due to acceleration; and there could be some environmental effect or the loads created by these environmental effects on the structure. Now, what are the loads due to gravity? These are the static loads or the loads which don't change their position, which are coming on the structure due to their weight property, their own weight. We know that force is equal to mass into gravity. Now, these loads are dead loads, imposed loads, snow loads, earth pressure, hydraulic pressure, and dust load. Now, this dust load is in the areas which are prone to dust, such as steel plants, cement plants, etc. They create a lot of dust. The dust settles on the structures. Now, this dust load also has to be taken care of. Now, look at the pictures which have been given over here. There could be the snow load, the vertically downward acting load due to snow is the load due to gravity. Similarly, in the next picture, we see the earth load which is acting, and on the right hand side, we see different types of vertical loads. The car standing over there, the red color slabs and beams, the people standing, some people sitting, the staircase, the earth, all these contribute to the vertically downward acting loads, which are the loads due to gravity. These are the static loads. Now, loads due to acceleration. These loads due to acceleration are the ones which create impact. From the pictures, we can easily understand that there could be impact due to blast, there could be impact due to the wave pressure, the impact could be created by the wind. Now, force, as we know, is equal to mass into acceleration. So, the loads created due to acceleration are the ones which is created due to the things which accelerate, such as wind, earthquake, blast, vibrations due to machinery and impact, and so on. So all these are the loads due to acceleration. The loads due to environment. The loads due to environment are due to the environmental effects such as shrinkage, temperature difference, and settlement. Now we know that there is something called as shrinkage and creep coming into the RCC structures or the concrete. Now these also can create loads. All these loads are due to environment. There could be settlement occurring at a particular place. There could be temperature difference, the temperature during the noon time, the temperature during the night time, or the temperature of the outside as compared to the inside. All these could create the loads due to environment. As we understand, generally the loads due to gravity and acceleration are the direct loads, and those due to environment are indirect loads. The National Building Code of India 2016 Volume 1 specifies the following loads: dead load, imposed load, wind load, seismic force, snow load, and special loads. Now all these have been defined in the National Building Code of India 2016. In the part volume 1 we get all these loads. Now what are dead loads? Now dead load in a building shall comprise of all the weights of all the walls, partitions, floors and roofs, and shall include the weights of all other permanent constructions, including built-in partitions, finishes, cladding, and other similarly incorporated architectural and structural items, weight of fixed service equipment in the building, and shall conform to good practice. This is the definition which we find of the dead load in the National Building Code of India 2016. Now, how do we find what are the dead loads of different materials? The IS code IS 875 Part 1 defines or gives all the dead loads on the basis of unit weights of materials. Let us have a look at IS 875 Part 1. The Indian Standard Code of Practice for Design Loads other than earthquake for buildings and structures. Now this part 1 defines dead loads, that is unit weights of building materials and stored materials. As we see it, the contents, it gives the unit weight of building materials. First is acoustical materials, continues with aggregates, then it continues further into bricks, boards, cast iron, cement, glass, and so on. Let us have a look at the pages inside. As we flip through the pages, the code of practice for design loads, the dead loads we find over here. The table has been given for the building materials, the unit weight of building materials. Acoustical materials have been given. Then the next column defines the thickness of the material, the nominal thickness. Then the weight has been defined in terms of kilonewton and kg per whatever unit. So over here we start with, at the second place, aggregates, that is coarse aggregates. We have broken stone ballast, which is dry, well shaken. Over here we have the weight or mass as 1570 to 1835, that is kilonewton per meter cube. If we go further in point number 3, fine aggregates have been given as, if it is river, 1805 kilonewton per meter cube. As we flip the pages further, we find the material such as asbestos cement gutters of various thicknesses and various sizes have been defined over here. Let us see further and check out what it says about cement. It should be giving us about cement. So it has over here cement, that is ordinary and aluminous and rapid hardening. The unit weight has been given over here in terms of kilonewton and kg per meter cube. Similarly, we have cement concrete, different types have been defined over here, and their unit weights have been given over here. Then the cement concrete, that is pre-stressed, cement concrete reinforced has been given. Now have a look over here. Cement concrete, that is RCC, in row number 22 is defined with 1% steel, or with 2% steel, or with 5% steel. As we understand, as the steel content go on increasing, the amount of the weight, the kgs or the kilonewtons, the amount also goes on increasing, which we see on the right hand side over here. Then it goes on for, at row number 24 we have cement mortar, then we have cement plaster. Both have the same unit weight, that is 20.40 kilonewton per meter cube. As we proceed further, we find that there are other things, that is bituminous felt for waterproofing, or gypsum, iron, lime, all the different types of materials have been posted over here. The brick masonry, the common burnt clay bricks, their weight is given, or engineering bricks. Then further on in row number 37 we have stone masonry. Depending upon the type of stone, its density has been given, or the unit weight. As we proceed further, we have the pipes, the different class of pipes, its weight. Then it proceeds further and gives us, these are all the pipes. The plaster, different type of plaster. The sheeting, that is the roofing, whatever we are using the material, whether it is galvanized iron or ply or asbestos. Then the type of wood. It continues further with steel sections. If we are using the structural steel, what would be their weight? ISMBs. Then we have the special channels, the medium channels, we have the angles, that is ISA, of different sizes. All these weights have been given in this IS code. The T sections. And then over here we have the different types of stones. The agate, aggregate, basalt, granite, gravel, and it goes on, continues. In a way it covers everything. Terracotta, terrazzo, the different types of tiles, the Bangalore pattern tiles, the timber, the different type of timber, the material, all the unit weights have been defined in this IS code 875 part 1. When we need a particular unit weight, we just have to refer this code. It has the things defined, the values defined. We are supposed to take these values and use these values. And finally, these are the agricultural and the food products. So in a way, it covers everything. So that is about the dead loads and the different types of loads in brief.